Alright, today I'm going to explain about sine, cosine, and tan. A lot of people have problems with this current method of math, but it's actually rather simple, so I'm going to try and teach you it. Okay, so what's written on the board is this sine is, say you have alpha and you want to find it, so it's the opposite from alpha divided by the hypotenuse of the triangle. Cosine is basically the adjacent, which is this one. It's adjacent to alpha divided by hypotenuse. Both sine and cosine are divided by the hypotenuse. And then tan is the opposite, like in sine, divided by the adjacent to alpha. So you're going to see how this is. This might sound complicated, but it's actually so simple. You'll see how it works. Okay, we're going to go and try to find what alpha is here. So we have the opposite to alpha, and we have the hypotenuse. So which one should we use? We should use sine in this one, because we have the opposite and the hypotenuse. Let's write this down. 8 divided by 10 equals sine alpha. Correct. Okay, so 8 divided by 10 is 0.8 equals sine alpha. So now, to find alpha, we need to use our calculator and press shift and then hit the sign, shift sign, and then just press the answer we have. So we press shift sign and 0.8, and that will give us the value of alpha. Alpha equals 53.13. 53.13. So that's pretty simple. Now let's try another problem, just this time with cosine. Okay, now let's just say we have, instead of the opposite, the adjacent. Let's make this 9. Okay, so same thing basically, 9 divided by 10 cosine, it's the adjacent, which is 9, divided by 10, which is the hypotenuse, equals cosine alpha. Now the ratio is 0.9, and same thing, we go to our calculator, we press shift cosine, and then just press 0.9, and that will give us the value of alpha. So alpha here is 25.84. Okay, so that's also pretty easy. Now we're going to try to solve a problem with tangents. Okay, so let's say this is 3. Okay, so tangents is the opposite divided by the adjacent. So our opposite to alpha is BC, which is 3, and our adjacent is 9. So 3 divided by 9 equals tangents alpha. Okay, so now 1/3 equals tangents alpha, and same thing, we go to our calculator, we press shift tan, and we put in our 1/3, so alpha equals 18.43. So that's basically how to use the simple versions of sine, cosine, and tangents. Now, this can get much harder. I can give you harder problems, and we're going to solve them just to make sure you know this all the way through. Okay. Okay, now let's try something a little different. Instead of the values of the adjacent and the hypotenuse or opposite, we get the value of the angle and one and say we get the value of the angle and the adjacent, or the value of the angle and the hypotenuse, and we need to try to solve it. So say we have that alpha equals 30. Okay, and we have that BC, which is the opposite, equals 3. How much does AB equal? Okay, so we know if we had AB, we would do a tangent. So it would be BC divided by AB equals tangent 30, right? So this time let's just call AB x and do the same thing. So 3 divided by x equals tangent 30, or rather tan 30. So now this is how we solve this. First, we want to find out how much tan 30 equals. So we just go to our calculator and press tan 30. Simple as that. And that's 0.578. 0.58 equals 3 divided by x. Right? Let's do this whole equation times x. 3 equals 0.5x. Divide everything by 0.858. Divide everything by 0.58. We'll get that x equals 5.196. Okay, so that's how you find AB, basically. Hope you got that. The same thing goes for cosine and sine. Now I'll actually give you a harder problem to solve, and we'll solve it together. Okay, so I have a good problem set out for you guys. Okay, so this is a triangle where AB equals AC. Okay, where AB equals AC. And AO equals 10. And BC equals 8. Basically, in a triangle, this is the rule in a triangle where AB equals AC, or just two near sides equal each other, two sides equal each other. Then the level to the base, we'll call it AO to BC, divides BC into two equal parts. So if this is A, BO equals 4, and OC equals 4. 8 divided by 2 is 4. And now what have we got? We got a 90-degree triangle where we have two sides to it and one missing angle. So how do we find it? Okay, what do we have? We have the opposite to the angle and the adjacent to the angle. So which one do we need to use? We need to use tan, because tan is opposite and adjacent. So let's see how we use that. We're going to do 10 divided by 4 equals tan alpha. Okay, so 10 divided by 4 equals 2.5 equals tan alpha. Now, do you remember how we do this? We press shift tan when we have alpha as the missing one, and just we press the ratio, which is 2.5. Okay, so alpha equals 68.20 degrees. And that's how we solve that problem. So that's all I'm going to do for this lesson. If you want me to post to upload harder problems and more difficult problems, then just comment below and subscribe.